Good day, our beloved learners. I am Teacher PJ. Today, we're going to learn another lesson about our digestive system. In the previous lesson, you have learned the different diseases of the stomach. In this lesson, we are going to discuss the common diseases of the intestines. This is our most essential learning competency today. At the end of the lesson, you are expected to be able to identify the common diseases of the intestines and answer the questions related to the common diseases of the intestines. Have you experienced stomach aches before? Well, those might have been caused by the different illnesses that your tummy has experienced. Like other parts of your digestive system, your intestines, too, may undergo certain illnesses at some point in time. And these are not comfortable in any way. So let's talk about them. Your small intestine is the longest part of your digestive system, about 20 feet long. It connects your stomach to your large intestine or colon and folds many times to fit inside your abdomen. Your small intestine does most of the digesting of the foods you eat. It has three areas called duodenum, ileum, and jejunum. Most of the time, our intestines work normally, but sometimes they also suffer from different diseases. Problems with intestine include irritable bowel syndrome, diarrhea, constipation, and ulcers such as peptic ulcer. Irritable bowel syndrome or IBS. Irritable bowel syndrome or irritable bowel disease is a long-term gastrointestinal disorder. It is also known as spastic colitis, mucus colitis, and nervous colon. It is a chronic or long-term condition, but symptoms tend to change over the years. It is a disease of the large intestines. Normally, the muscular wall of the colon contracts in a rhythmic fashion called peristalsis to move intestinal contents toward your rectum. As it contracts, your colon removes water and nutrients from partially digested food, moving through it waste material called stool, stored in the rectum until it is expelled through the anus as a bowel movement. With IBS, the muscular contractions of your colon are abnormal. In some cases, the contractions may move the food too quickly through your colon. As a result, your colon does not have enough time to absorb most of the water from your food. This condition leads to watery stool and diarrhea. In other cases, the contractions may cause food to move slowly. As a result, the colon may absorb too much water from the food. This condition leads to the hardened stool and constipation. It is unclear why the colon contracts abnormally. However, if you have IBS, your colon may be sensitive to certain factors such as stress and seem not to affect most people. Some common symptoms of IBS are abdominal pain and discomfort, bloating, gas, and cramping. Another disease of the intestines is diarrhea. Diarrhea is frequent soft or loose bowel movements. Most kids have diarrhea from time to time. It usually doesn't last long and often gets better on its own. Diarrhea is usually caused by viruses. These are the most common: bacteria and parasites. Okay, so how are we going to treat diarrhea? Diarrhea from viral gastroenteritis goes away on its own, so no cure is needed for such. Kids with bacterial diarrhea may need an antibiotic. Don't take an over-the-counter anti-diarrhea medicine unless your doctor tells you to do so. Doing so may make your diarrhea worse than ever. Only the doctor can tell you what medicine to take. So if you think that you are suffering from diarrhea, it is still best to contact your doctor immediately. Parasites always need treatment with antiparasitic medicines, but be sure to consult your doctor first. What is constipation? Constipation means having fewer than 2 bowel movements or poops in a week. It also means having dry or hard or difficult to pass poops. It also means feeling that some of the poop hasn't passed yet. Constipation is a very common problem for kids, but it is not usually a common cause for concern. Healthy eating and exercise habits can help prevent it. Symptoms of constipation. What are the signs and symptoms of constipation? Usually, the signs of constipations in kids include going less than usual, Having trouble or pain when going to the bathroom? Feeling full or bloated? Straining to poop? Seeing a little blood on the toilet paper? And it's also common for kids with constipation to sometimes stain their underwear with bits of poop. You can prevent and treat constipation at home. Drinking enough water and other liquids helps poop move more easily through the intestines. High fiber foods such as fruits and vegetables and whole grain bread can help prevent constipation. Fiber can't be digested, so it helps clean out the intestines by moving the bowels along. Physical activities help the bowel to get into action, so get a plenty of exercise. It can be as simple as walking, playing catch, riding bikes, or shooting a few hoops. Eating is a natural stimulant for the bowels, so regular meals may help you develop routine bowel habits. If you fight the urge to go to the bathroom, sit on the toilet for at least 10 minutes, at about the same time each day, ideally after a meal. A peptic ulcer is an opening, sore, or wound in the lining of the stomach or the intestines. There are two types of peptic ulcers: gastric ulcer, if it occurs in the stomach, and duodenal ulcer if it occurs in the first part of the small intestine. Peptic ulcers can occur in the stomach or on the first part of the small bowel, which is called duodenum. The stomach produces acid to break down the food. The stomach and duodenum have a layer of mucus which protects it so the stomach acid does not damage it. A peptic ulcer occurs when the inside of the stomach or small bowel is damaged by the acid, causing a lesion or wound to form. In this case, the body's mechanism to protect the lining of the stomach are not working properly. Sometimes, the ulcer can erode the stomach wall and cause it to bleed. This is a medical emergency. If you feel severe pain in your stomach, it is best to contact your doctor right away. It might be a peptic ulcer, especially if it does not settle and go away on its own. Let us now check what you have learned so far. Let us answer this activity. Direction. Write the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. If your poop is hard and difficult to come out, what are you experiencing? A. Diarrhea. B. Constipation. C. Ulcer. Number 2. It is either too fast or too slow contraction of the intestines. A. Ulcer. B. Irritable bowel syndrome. And C. Constipation. Number 3. The poop is hard and doesn't come out easily. A. Ulcer. B. Irritable bowel syndrome. And C. Constipation. Number 4. In this condition, the lining of the stomach's wall has a cut. A. Diarrhea. B. Irritable bowel syndrome. And C. Ulcer. Number 5. Which of the following illnesses of the intestines is considered a medical emergency? A. Ulcer. B. Irritable bowel syndrome. And C. Constipation. Alright, how much did you get? Did you get all? Congratulations! We have just learned the common diseases of the intestines: irritable bowel syndrome, diarrhea, constipation, and ulcer. If your tummy aches in the future, at least you now know the common diseases of the intestines that it could have. But wait, before we end this lesson, let us check if you learned something. Let us now have a quiz. It's now time to bring out your ballpen and your notebook. Let's go! Direction. Write the letter of the correct answer. Here are the answers. Alright, quiz is over. How many did you get? If you get 8 to 10, very good. You passed. For your assignment, read more articles or watch videos about other diseases of the intestines. And we have reached the end of the lesson. I hope that you have learned something from me today. This has been Sir PJ, and I'm going to leave you the saying, study now, succeed later. See you next time. Bye-bye.